in its entirety. The Royal Media, particularly the Citizen, Media Max, particularly Kameme FM, just to mention a few, and their editors, some of their producers, anchors, and reporters are mutated into political hirelings and are conflicted. Kenyans have lost trust in their reporting. Equally, the renegade duo of Uhuru Kenyatta and Gideon Moi, and with their hirelings in some of the media houses, like Chacha Mwita laying us, Akai and others, rather than demonstrating maturity by approaching emerging issues of national concern with sovereignty, patriotism and unity have instead metamorphosed into political opportunists, exploiting every situation as political scavengers, seeking political mileage, likes on social media, and advancing narrow, myopic, and archaic interests at the expense of national good. Who their opinions have morphed their opinions into truth and exposing shallowness and political affiliation in their direct and indirect analysis. If you choose the path of politics with us, we shall also use our forums to respond. You choose your media house to run a political agenda which we are appraised of and which we know, like Gideon Moi or anybody, and you are hired to do an article or a piece against any of us, the politicians will respond in their platform. You shall not continue to hide under the fake veil that you erect of independent media. Therefore, you need to recommit your troops to professional principles that have historically defined credible journalism: factual accuracy, editorial independence, balance, accountability, fairness, intellectual rigor, and I'll talk about this intellectual rigor, and respect for public's right to truthful information. I saw my dear sister Yvonne the other day trying to challenge the NTSA director whether he is being directed by UDA. The UDA and all directors of governments, managing directors, ministers, execute the plan, which is the mandate given to us by the people of Kenya. It is the party that forms government, not government and party. All of them are expected to work towards the fulfillment of the pledges made by this government. The ignorance, the lack of intellectual vigor. Everybody has become an analyst of things he or she does not understand. Trying to pull off, like what Yvonne tried to do, some kind of a Mehdi Hassan or a Christian Anampo kind of bite, so that you can circulate it in TikTok. That poor attempt, constantly putting public servants and people who appear in your interview into a line which lacks depth, critique, imagination. An NTSA Director General, a person working for the government of Kenya, works for the broad-based Kenya Kwanza, ODM government that is elected on the strength of a manifesto. In developed democracies, public servants are card-wielding members of various political parties, including judges and other people in other sectors of government. To constantly purport to pretend that you have currency in issues, asking him, what if they ask you to do something illegal? Seriously? Seriously? UDA asking somebody to do something illegal? Who the hell do you think we are? You know, it's coming to that point that these Mehdi Mohammeds, Christian Anampos wannabe, also we must respond in our podcasts, in our blogs, everywhere. They have chosen the path of politics because of the mediocrity of their leadership, we shall respond so that we can be able to give Kenyans alternative sources of information. So the alternative media, the social media, is also a new avenue that we must use, particularly in dispense of information. But equally, if you want an objective debate, you must refrain from airing propaganda, innuendos, and unverified allegation guised as news, stage managed by Kalonzo Musyoka, James Orengo, and other actors in Atuju. Purported abductions, theaters, just to create tensions, which you air. Particularly such content serve only as extortionist, for extortionist purposes and other improper purposes rather than public interest. This government has done so much